What's up? How are you doing? Good morning. Trust you're doing well and great. And I trust everything is going fine, is going well. Wow. Today is day 7 of our 40 days so fast. Day 7 of our 40 days so fast. And I'm so excited. That means we've done a whole 1 week. We've done 7 days is 1 week, right? We've done 1 week out of 8 weeks. And we're doing great. We're doing well. So in today's podcast, we'll be talking about the day 7 of the 40 days so fast, which is talking about healing. And the future for today, the characteristics for today is wholeness. So let's take a look at it a bit. All right. So I love the fact that there's something very, very important about today's chapter. And today's chapter is trying to let us know the importance of fasting as relating to healing, how fasting helps us to heal. And he was talking about the fact that a few things that I learned from today's chapter, today today's chapter, and I hope that it blesses you the way it blesses me. All right, so in today's chapter I learned one, that it isn't the truth that controls you, but what you believe to be true. That feels kind of, it's not tautology, but it isn't, because everybody knows the truth. You still need to believe the truth for it to be the truth. So it isn't the truth that controls you, but what you believe to be true. So I guess the question I had to ask myself is, what do I believe to be true? What exactly do I believe to be true? What exactly do I believe to be true? It says, fasting allows the Holy Spirit to reshape you and I into our true self by dealing with our wounds from the past that has been distorted, stagnated, and stunted our excess. It talked about about the importance of fasting. To number one, it talked about the importance of fasting with reference to unforgiveness. It talks about it with the aspect of focus. It said that your soul must be healed of self-focus. Your soul must be healed of self-focus. And then when I had to talk about that, authentic living is a life centered on God. So what makes you and I live an authentic life is living a life that is centered on God. Is living a life that that God is your center. God is what centers you. God is what sources you, And then I think I love what he said. Yeah, he says, forgiving is something that you do for yourself. It is something you do for yourself. It's not something that you do for people, or you want people to be okay with you. You want to be okay with no. It's something you do for yourself. God is the foundation and the source of an authentic life. An authentic life is built on God. And from experience, I can tell you that this is so true. This is so true. This is so true. This is 100% like guaranteed true. You wonder how come some people are so joyful, some people are so lovely, some people, and then you just look like, how come this person have the worries of the world? You find out that this person has consistently built a lifestyle that is focused and rooted in God. And it's so mind-blowing. It's so amazing. Do you get? So I guess today I'm going to ask you, what do you believe in? What do you believe in? What do you take as truth? What exactly do you take as truth? All right, let's go into the characteristics for today, which is wholeness. And I love it. And I love it. And I think for me, the first thing it says about wholeness is that wholeness represents unity, integration, congruencies, interconnected, and completeness. For me, I say wholeness represents completeness. It represents unity. Trusting God in this process will help you and I experience a new realm of spiritual empowerment. When it comes to wholeness, you have to be able to trust. When it comes to wholeness, you have to be able to trust. Wholeness is not something that is attained in a day. Wholeness is something that is built on a foundation called trust and God. It says wholeness is the fruit of God's grace working in our life. Wholeness is the truth, is the fruit of God's grace working in our life. And then this is the part that I love the most, when he said, wholeness requires you to accept responsibility for the decision you make. Oh my God. I remember when I read this, I just had to I just made the conclusion with myself. I said, so that means that the more you take responsibility for your decisions, for the things you talk about, the more you become rounded, the more you become whole. So I had to now start taking it a day at a time. I'm saying to myself, how can I start taking that responsibility. So you need to be able to learn how to take responsibility. A lot of people are so afraid of taking responsibility for their thoughts, for the way they think, for the way they talk. They're so afraid of taking responsibility. And I found out that taking responsibility is one of the pathways to greatness. Taking responsibility is one of the pathways to greatness. And then, when the book kept teaching us to understand that you can only be complete in your heart if your heart is not divided between blame and forgiveness and unforgiveness. You can only be complete if your heart is not divided between blame and unforgiveness. Just imagine that. Imagine that when you take full responsibility for who you are, for what you become. Imagine taking responsibility for what you become. Take responsibility for who you are. If you are somebody that takes responsibility for who you become, then growth will be something that you fall in love with. When you are not whole, you feel insecure. I want to read these things to you so that you ask yourself, which of these things am I feeling currently? Then you understand that, I'm not whole. It says, when you are not whole, you feel insecure, ineffective, overwhelmed, out of control, lonely, unloved, incapable, unsettled, needy, nervous, suspicious, confused, isolated. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? So anytime you feel any one of these things, it is a signal to how whole you are. And then lastly, I'm going to say this is a whole person, when challenged by circumstance, will feel capable to handle them. A whole person, when challenged by circumstance, will feel capable of handling them. The reason why is because the person understands that this challenge is only here to show me the quality of who I am at the moment and not to just shame me. Do you understand? So you understand that when something happens, it shows the quality. Whenever circumstances come at you, it comes at you to test the quality of who you are. Circumstances come at you to test the quality of who you are. So in how you respond to that circumstance will show that, okay, are you growing? Are you not growing? Are you growing intentionally? Are you not growing intentionally? Trigger. All right, so guys, that is it for this 7. I learned a whole lot. I must be sincere with you. I learned a whole lot. I love it, and I look forward to hearing from you. Let me know how was it for you? I learned a whole lot. Let me hear from you. It's like, come your way next time. My name is the Global Toluwakemi. God bless you, and I look forward to day 8 with you. Day 8 with you is going to be amazing. I can feel it already. All right, guys, like, come your way next time. Bye bye. Thank you.